Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing. And in today's video, we are ready for another showcase event. We're going to be at Stoneridge, which is race number 10 out of 14 in our first full season of the Midgets. But if you take a look at the purse for this event, so we're going to be looking at a 20-lap main event because once again, we're at 50% races right now in career, but a $12,000 purse. That is huge. That is 3 to 4 times what our normal purse has been, sometimes even higher than that. So it is crucial that we do good here because this is the money we're going to be using for upgrades. We already know that we're not going to have a shot at winning a title in our first season in the Midgets. So we're really looking forward now to season 2 and putting our car in the best shape performance-wise to be as competitive as we can at the start of season 2. And in order to do that, we've got a little bit of money to spend right now. You see in the top right-hand corner, $12,432, which is very important because the very first thing we're going to do today is we're going to make an upgrade to our car. You notice at the bottom of the screen right now, car performance is 25 out of 32, and that's very simply the tires. The tires are 13 out of 19, and that is basically the difference in our car performance. So we either need to fix those tires by repairing them, or, which sounds funny, obviously, that you're repairing tires, but we either need to repair those or we need to get new tires. So that's the first thing we're going to take a look at. And all of this is based on the fact that Stoneridge pays out a lot of money, and it would really be helpful if we could get a good finish. Somewhere inside the top 25 is what we're looking for, and hopefully even better than that. So we're going to move over to the garage tab, and here you see the numbers that we would need to spend on repairs: $344, $66, $90, and $279. So we obviously have plenty of money with well over $12,000 to do these repairs. However, if we click on the Y button to buy a new part, and then we come over to the 3-star tires, you can see we just have enough money to purchase new tires. We have about $100 remaining. We absolutely want to do this because this is going to give us the tires that we're going to be using for the remainder of this season and probably for most of next season. Now, ultimately, we want to be here. We want to be in the best tires, which have optimum performance as well as optimum durability. But we're not ready to spend that kind of money just yet because we got other upgrades, namely the engine that we want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click on purchase. So do we want to purchase and equip? Absolutely, we do. So now as we come back to the overview, that moves us up to a car performance of 41 of 42. And we know that the other one of car performance that we're missing is in the suspension, but we're not terribly worried about that. Let's come back over. What does it need? $90. Okay, we've got that. So we'll go ahead and repair that to get back up to full performance. And then we don't want to miss the one thing that we can do right now, which is to sell the existing tires that we had, the 2-star. But we don't want to do that just yet because we're at 13 out of 19, and I got a feeling that's really going to hurt the amount that we can sell these for. So I'm going to go ahead and press on sell, and we can get about $1,000 for those. So we're going to hold off on that right now, and we'll come back to that in our next video, and we'll make the repairs to those tires, and we'll see if we can get more than $1,000 after spending a little bit of money to make those repairs. Again, this is all about testing and having fun, just seeing how the different mechanics of the game work. But for right now, we're going to hold on to these. It's going to make us really low on money. We're down to about 20 bucks in our account. Yeah, $22. But I think purchasing those tires is a huge benefit for us. Is it big enough to ensure that we get, say, a top 25, maybe even a top 20 at Stoneridge? Well, we're about to find out. Practice and qualifying are now in the books, and our goal time of 9.85 was really no problem to beat. We come in at a 9:38 in just 2 or 3 laps of practice. Qualifying time, not quite as quick, 9.56. That was good enough to get us inside the top 20. I believe 18th is where we qualified, so that's going to put us in heat race number 3. Now, if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, showcase sponsors. We need to reach the B main to unlock 2 additional sponsors, so that is goal number 1. But obviously, we want to make the A main to maximize the amount of money we get from the race purse. All right, you see there on the screen, top 3 advance to the A main. We're starting 4th. We would very much like to be in the top 3.
sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
All right, we want to be able to get to the bottom, no doubt. So what we're really hoping is that some of these guys start sliding up to the top. All right, so the top three have really pulled away quite nicely. That's going to make it difficult for us to try to catch them. Yeah, car's over-rotating a little bit, so that means it would be nice to have a little bit more.
It's the last lap.
Oh, wow, what happened there in front of us? Somebody just went up and over, I think.
The race is over.
All right, so we'll come home fourth in the heat race. Not exactly what we were hoping for, but that will move us on to the B main, where we'll be starting in the third position.
The last chance to make the dance. We're looking for 5 cars to complete our feature field.
That's right, 5 cars is what they're looking for. We certainly want to be one of those. I made one quick change to the setup to hopefully get us a little bit more rear grip on corner exit. We'll see. Did I give enough? Did I do too much? I really just want to see how the car responds right now. We're essentially trying to run this race like a Daytona or Talladega race. Wow. Since we're so far down on horsepower, you can see these guys on the straightaway are just blowing by us. They are all over us from behind. Right now we're in good shape. 10 laps total here in the B main. The car is definitely better than what we had in the heat race. All right, I like that I don't see anybody in our virtual mirror at the top. It's not something I use a whole lot, but here that since we're, look at all those guys running around the top. Wow. Since we're so close to making it to the A main, I glance up at it every once in a while just to sort of see if anybody's breathing down our necks.
That was a fast lap.
All right, still in second position here. Working the final couple of corners.
One more time around.
Well, that guy tried to do a serious slide job on us, and it wasn't even for position, so that was interesting.
Congratulations.
All right, there you have it. We will indeed get to advance to the A main after finishing second here, so I like it. We'll be starting 17th in the A main.
Is hitting the racetrack. We have a stacked field tonight. This should be a good one.
All right, this is what we came for, the A main. We have successfully unlocked 2 additional sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
And okay, I am going to try to stay out of trouble here for the first few laps. I want this thing to really try to string out a little bit, so I am going to try to be as careful as I can. All right, things are starting to get a little bit more spread out. All right, I like that. I see a lot of guys running the top. There we go. There's one guy who is moving us out of the way. All right, so running in 10th position right now. That is awesome. Remember, the higher the finishing position, the bigger percentage of the purse we get. And with a lot of guys running the high side, some of them running the extreme high side, which is pretty awesome, actually. Something I would love to do if we had any kind of speed to get up there and just play around with that. All right, so I'm going to start letting it drift out a little bit more on the straights. That gets me a better entry into the corner, but I don't want to go too far because, again, being down on horsepower, we want to focus on maintaining our speed as much as we can while still being conscious of the total distance around the track.
That was a smoking
So again, just look at all of the cars that are up against the outside. You would say the outside wall, but there is no outside wall, at least not as part of the track anyway.
This race has been a great one. Let's see what we've got.
All right, so there comes the leader. 12 laps in, we get lapped. So he's already lapped up to 8th, now 7th position. So there is a very big difference between what the leaders are running and the rest of the top 10. As far as lap time, they are a good bit faster.
The drivers seem to be getting into a rhythm out there. Great job.
I mean, cars handling just fine. Not perfect, of course, as I will continue to mention, but
5 more
I have
to go.
no problems at all with it, and I am loving the fact that we're sitting here inside the top 10 after starting 17th. Just goes to show you just how wild the racing is at this place. All right, so remember, we're at least 1 lap down at this point, so we will not be running the full 20 laps.
That's a solid lap.
So we're coming back down toward a couple laps to go. I see a guy underneath us, so I'm going to give him some room.
Only 2 more to go, folks.
All right, not too bad. I like it.
Final lap.
Again, somebody underneath us. All right, that was 3rd position.
The race is over.
And how about that? 7th position. I don't really think that could have gone any better for us. We ended up 1 lap down. In fact, the last car 1 lap down. Everybody behind us was at least 2 laps down. We're certainly going to take that. That is an awesome result. So now let's move forward and see what kind of final results we get. And of course, most importantly, the purse money. So our final results for Stoneridge are 7th position. And that moves us up to 22nd in the overall season standings. Let's move forward. Wow, $7 grand. Oh, that is awesome to see. That's a total of $8,000 that we made in this event. Plus, remember, we're going to get to sell those old tires as well coming up. So that's going to give us even more money and get us even closer to our goal of upgrading that engine. All right, so we got credit for smooth driving in that event. So it took a couple of points off of the engine, but that's it. Our tires remain in excellent condition. So basically, I think that boils down to the fact that we had very little of any contact. There were a few times that somebody got into our back end to move us out of the way, but not very much at all. As far as the money goes, we now sit with a total of $8,145. We pick up 10 more fans to give us now just 1 shy of 100 overall. And of course, our sponsor goal, which is very important to earn that extra money along the way. We need 325 top 25 finishes within 4 races. Well, this definitely takes care of one of those. That's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more career mode gameplay of Tony Stewart Sprint Car Racing.